Well, good morning, friends. I hope that you're all having such a lovely start to your day. I just spent a bit of time making a tea, doing some reading, especially during the fall. That is just one of my favorite ways to start the day. I actually just started a new book today. This is Agatha Christie's Endless Night. She's like the queen of mystery novels. And there's something about a good mystery that I just love at this time of year. I actually found this, I think it was last Saturday. Christopher and I went on a date to Barnes & Noble, and when I read this, it just sounded like such a fun book for this season. Set in Great Britain, like a lot of Agatha Christie's novels are, and it kind of tells the story of this guy who, I think he moves into this house that everyone thinks is haunted, and I'm only in the first chapter right now. I just finished it, so we'll see how it unfolds, but it sounded like kind of like a fun, spooky, but kind of more mystery novel than spooky book for this time of year. I've only finished the first chapter so far, but I'm already hooked, excited to see how it plays out, and Agatha Christie's novels really are some of my favorites. So it just felt like kind of a fun seasonal read, but now I'm getting ready for some fun activities and plans that we have for today. So on the docket for today, we have some fun things planned. I want to go thrifting for some pieces for my autumn wardrobe. I also want to make a pumpkin bread. I think that'll be just so delicious, and I'm going over to some friends tonight so I can bring that with me. Then something else that I want to do is to create an autumn bucket list of just fun activities that we can do during this season. So this is going to be such a fun day. I'm really looking forward to spending it with you. I'm thinking, let's get started with going thrifting. And thrifting has always been one of my favorite ways just to discover new pieces. You just never know what you're going to find there, and it always feels a little bit like a treasure hunt. That's just an experience that I love. There's an Uptown Cheapskate and Plato's Closet not too far away from here. I really like them because they're a little bit more curated than your typical Goodwill, while still kind of letting you have the magic of searching for hidden gem pieces. So we'll start with Uptown, and depending on what we find, might hit up Plato's as well, but I'm really looking forward to this. Before we go though, let me show you my thrifting outfit. This really thin oatmeal sweater is from Madewell. Jeans are also from Madewell. Love the fit and the rips with these. And then my necklace is from Ana Luisa. And these shoes are Nisolo. All right, but now we're ready to go. Let's head out the door. Okay, so quick pause. I actually just remembered that I forgot to eat breakfast and I'm hungry. So before we go thrifting, let's go ahead and get a smoothie. I just came here to Green Brothers, which is right by Uptown Cheapskate, and I'm just going to grab a little refreshment to tide me over till we get home. Just got my smoothie, and I ended up going with the seasonal one they had. This is the Trick or Treat Yourself. It is super delicious and just tastes of all things fall. I think it has almond milk, banana, pumpkin puree. I definitely taste some cinnamon in there. I think there's some protein powder as well. Oh, and then the spooky black drizzle is actually activated charcoal. So I'm just going to go ahead and sip on this for a few minutes while we drive to the thrift store. Honestly though, for as scary as this thing looks, like it actually tastes so good. So we just made it to the thrift store, and I figured that before we go inside, I could kind of take a moment, talk you through some of the pieces that I'm going to be looking out for while I'm thrifting. So right before I left, I actually took a quick look through my closet to see if there were any holes that we could look to fill, and there were a few items. So the things that I'm going to be really trying to pay attention for, look out for, are number one, I love a good cozy sweater. As soon as the weather gets colder, it's automatically what I start reaching for. So definitely going to be on the lookout to see if there might be a sweater or two that I can add to my wardrobe. Something else that I've been really wanting to kind of try out and experiment with, and thrifting is the perfect way to do that, is to see if I can find any like green or like rust colored pants. I think it would be fun just to kind of venture outside of the jeans that I typically wear, and think either like an army green, a nice olive color, or a rust could be really perfect for that. Then just a couple of other things. I would love to add a long sleeve shirt or two to my wardrobe just to have in rotation. Then also I could definitely use a couple of cooler weather dresses. So those are the items that I'm going to be specifically looking out for, but I feel like whenever you're thrifting, you just have to go in with an open mind and see what you find. got back from the thrift store and I had such a great time. The staff at that location were so sweet, so helpful. Actually spent a bit of time just chatting with the lady who was checking me out. Just the nicest people work there, so had a great experience. I did only come away with 2 things, but really I'm okay with that. Over the years, I've become a lot more choosy, a lot more selective with what items when I go thrifting I actually come home with. I think it's really easy for us when we're thrifting to just fall into the temptation of buying things that we like but not love, and then just not end up wearing them as much as we would something that maybe we would have invested more in or just spent more time, thinking about and really evaluating the purchase. So I tried on a number of things, came home with 2 items, but honestly the 2 things that I bought I think are really fun. So let me go ahead and I'll change into them and I'll show you them now. So the first thing that I got was this kind of slouchy cardigan. I love the tortoiseshell buttons on this. I think it's just a great, really relaxed silhouette. It's going to be perfect for lounging and just for throwing on during those days where it might be like hotter during the day, so I want to wear a short sleeve shirt, then need an extra layer at night. It's super comfy too, love the pockets. I just feel like this was a great find. I paid $14.99 for this. It looks like it's originally from H&M. Where that cardigan is definitely more quintessentially my style, this next piece is definitely on the more adventurous side for me, but I also love it, and that's this animal print. I'd say it's probably a leopard print skirt. I love the slit on this, the length is beautiful. I just feel like it's kind of an elevated, simple piece, and surprisingly, normally I find that skirts aren't that flattering on me, but I feel like this one really works. And again, this piece was $14.99, and it looks like originally from Nasty Gal. So I really love both of those pieces. I feel like they'll be a great addition to my autumn wardrobe. But now it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. I think what I want to make for lunch today is what's probably one of my go-to kind of quick lunch recipes at this time of year, and that's an apple and pecan granola parfait. I feel like people normally think of parfaits as being more of a summer thing with berries and ingredients like that. However, I love a good parfait that kind of brings in some of the flavors and textures of autumn. So I'm going to get all the ingredients I need out, we'll assemble it together, and then I'll walk you through it.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away? Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder.
Well, here's the final product and it looks so tasty. We've just got some vanilla honey Greek yogurt on the bottom, some pecan praline granola from Trader Joe's, a Honeycrisp apple. This is actually still got like, I think a dozen apples left from our little apple picking adventure a couple of weeks ago. Then I just topped it with some chopped up pecans, some dried cranberries, and a drizzle of maple syrup. And I'm just so ready to eat this right now. Let's dig in.
Yeah, it makes me wonder.
Lunch was so good. There's absolutely no question that the flavors of fall are by far my favorite. Literally anything apple, pumpkin, cinnamon, I just love it all. Right now, I thought it would be fun to make a little autumn bucket list. So I'm going to make a little cozy drink for us to sip on while we work on that, and then we'll get started. I've got my pumpkin spice latte here, and this is probably my favorite of Bloom's fall collection blends. I love that it's kind of a healthier alternative to your traditional pumpkin spice latte that has tons of sugar in it. This just has the little bit of maple syrup that I added, but it still tastes amazing. The pumpkin, the cinnamon, the oat milk, the maple syrup, it all goes amazingly together. This is just such a cozy drink. It's so good. But right now, I thought it might be fun to write out an autumn bucket list together. This is something that I've seen one of my favorite YouTubers at the moment, Allison, do. Each season, she'll write out a bucket list filled with different events, activities, things to do, things to eat that really help you to make the most of the season. I thought it might be a fun thing just for us to sit down and come up with a little bucket list for fall. But I do want to go one step further with this. I thought one fun way that we could kind of personalize this idea to make it a bit more me was not just to write out our list, but actually to paint it. So I'm going to get out all of my watercolors, lay them out here, and then let's go ahead and come up with and paint out our autumn bucket list together.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within.
Okay, well I just finished writing out our list and this is honestly so much fun to do. I think I might need to turn this into something of an annual fall tradition, but let me walk you through everything I wrote down. So starting at the top, I have that I want to make a cozy dessert, create an autumn bouquet, watch the Harry Potter series, and for me that series is just absolutely emblematic of fall. I want to take a nature hike, go to a football game, read a mystery novel. We started that one earlier today. Then I want to go apple picking. We've actually done that already. Make a soup, have a bonfire night. I think that later in the fall when it's a bit chillier, that will be so beautiful. Then I also want to go thrifting for a cozy sweater, carve pumpkins, and enjoy a local coffee. And honestly, everything on this list just sounds so fun to me. Plenty of exciting days and cozy nights in the days ahead, but I would love to know if you were to create your own fall bucket list, what would you put on it? I'd love to hear what are some fun fall traditions or activities that you like to do, so definitely comment below and let me know. Right now though, it's about 5:30, which means that I need to leave to get to our friend's house for dinner in about an hour, which should leave us with just enough time to make some pumpkin bread. And pumpkin bread is really one of those easy to bake recipes that personally I'm just obsessed with. So I found this recipe by Half Baked Harvest. It is a cinnamon swirl chocolate chip pumpkin butter bread, and it just sounds so good. It's got pumpkin in it, maple syrup, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, all of my favorite things. So I'm going to get out all of our ingredients and we'll whip this together. Okay, well we got the pumpkin bread in the oven. The recipe said it should take somewhere between 40 minutes to an hour to cook, so we might be pushing the time a little bit, but I'm really hoping that it'll be worth it. In the meantime though, while that bakes, I want to take the opportunity to do a bit of cleaning up, a bit of tidying. I don't know what it is about baking, but I always just seem to make our kitchen an absolute disaster so quickly. This thing was spotless when I started. So let's take 10-15 minutes and tidy up while our pumpkin bread bakes. Also, I've never made this recipe before, but it smells incredible in here. And I'm thinking if this recipe tastes half as good as it smells right now, this is going to be a 10 out of 10 pumpkin bread. Well, the pumpkin bread is ready and it looks so good. The recipe does say though that we need to wait 30 minutes after taking it out of the oven before cutting it. It's actually perfect because it's about a 30-minute drive to my friend's house. So my thought is let's just go ahead and wrap it up, then we can cut and serve it when we get to dinner. Well, I just made it back home. I had a great time this evening, just spending time with friends. Happy to report too that the pumpkin bread was a huge success. I think I was left with just about a piece and a half, so that'll be perfect for breakfast tomorrow, but everyone loved it. I thought it was delicious and definitely going to be saving that recipe for later. Now though, it's pretty late, it's about 10 p.m., so I'm going to go get ready for bed. But I really hope that you enjoyed coming along and spending the day together. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what some of your favorite fall traditions are. I would love just to get some inspiration, some ideas from all of you, so be sure to let me know your thoughts, your ideas, any fun traditions or activities you have. And then also too, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already for more simple and intentional living videos coming at you twice a week. And until next time, friends, I hope that you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!